I also have a ghost story, but it is not a story. It is probably true. My classmate's older brother told me about it. He used to work in Beijing transporting goods, and wanting to take advantage of his youth and energy to do more deliveries. He always worked overtime and drove at night. One night, he was driving back to Beijing from Hebei, and it was past 1 a.m. when he was driving through the mountains, because it was a winding mountain road. He didn't dare to drive fast, so he drove slowly. Suddenly, he saw someone waving for a ride. My classmate's brother was kind-hearted and incredibly brave, so he stopped his car to give her a ride. The passenger was a woman, not very young but not old either, around 30 years old, dressed simply and unremarkable, with short hair to her ears. The kind of woman you might see 12 times a day but would never leave an impression on you. The only thing that could be considered striking about her was the red scarf around her neck. Truck drivers have an unwritten rule: always lock the doors from the inside when driving at night. The driver remembered locking the door securely, but as soon as the truck stopped, the female passenger gently pulled the door open and entered the cab. This startled him, but he didn't think much of it. Even though people talk about ghosts all the time, nobody wants to associate strange things with ghosts when they actually encounter them.
Where to?
It is just ahead, not far.
I don't remember there being any houses up ahead.
Go ahead. It is just ahead.
At that moment, our older brother was also a little uneasy. He felt something was wrong. His palms were sweating, and his back was starting to tingle. But he couldn't very well say he was afraid of ghosts and chase the woman away, so he could only grit his teeth and keep going. About an hour later, the woman suddenly spoke.
Park here. This is it.
Here, in the middle of nowhere.
Brother, you're so kind. Keep this money to buy cigarettes.
No, this isn't appropriate.
The woman ignored his refusals and questions, shoved a bill into his hand, and jumped out of the driver's cab. He was happy with himself. He'd done a good deed, and everything was fine, so he simply left. He slept soundly that night. The next day, he arrived in the city at dawn. After returning to his unit and handing over the truck, he suddenly realized he was hungry. There were plenty of wonton stalls along the roadside. He found one, bought a bowl of wontons and a steamer of buns, and reached into his pocket, pulling out a round, square-shaped piece of paper money. Even though it was broad daylight in early spring, he felt a chill run through him, and his legs felt weak. He knew he had seen a ghost. From then on, he refused to take night shifts. More than half a year passed, and he gradually forgot about this ghostly experience and started driving night shifts again. One early autumn night, he took the same road again, at almost the same time, in the same place, and saw the woman again. This time, he was truly terrified. His hands trembled so much he could barely hold the steering wheel. Ignoring the mountain road, he floored the accelerator and sped off. But the woman continued to move towards the middle of the road, completely unfazed by the speeding truck. Just as a collision was imminent, he closed his eyes, neither braking nor swerving. Thump. He clearly felt the car hit the woman, heard her agonizing scream, then the jolt of the wheels running over her body, and the woman's groans, and then silence. Terrified, he still dared not stop, continuing to drive forward. He didn't know how he managed to reach the city. This time, he didn't turn the car over, but went straight to the traffic police station.
I hit someone!
He told the officer on duty. However, after inspection, his car showed no blood, not even a trace of a collision. The traffic police went to the supposed accident site to investigate, but found nothing. From then on, our classmate's brother quit his job and became extremely sensitive to red scarves. This story is purely factual. Any resemblance to actual events is purely coincidental.